Hello, Lynette here. I want to talk to you about something that I'm sure you're thoroughly sick of, and that's the Gillette ad. Can we talk one more about it? Because I just find it fascinating. I would like to have you send your comments, what you think about it too, because I'd like to hear what you have to say. Eh, Also, if you haven't seen too much about it, just go to the YouTube search box and put in Gillette ad, and then find a bunch of these YouTubers that talk about it that are not, MSNBC, that are just people. Steven Crowder, Stefan Molyneux, Red Elephants, the list goes on and on. These guys. And listen to what they have to say, because it is fascinating if you haven't dived too deeply into it. The woman who directed the ad, and she's getting all the credit. We don't know who actually wrote the ad, which I find interesting. She's the one getting both the heat and the credit. And her name is Kim Gerhardt. And she's Australian, although she lives in London. And the production company is a London-based company, also owned by a woman also. So I ask you, why would a company who's advertising a 90% male product, shaving stuff, why would they hire a non-American company to do this, since they're appealing to American men, a British company, and B, filled with women, and a woman director? What possible reason did they have for going that route? And it's not that she's just a woman director. Great, she's more power to her. But the fact is, her list of work is so horribly feminist. It's just like off the charts feminist. One of her ads is for athletic equipment, and it's got all these fat broads that are, exercising with sweat running down their face, and it's saying, "Oh, we can be athletic too." And okay, great, but it's a real feminist message. Another one is for a feminine hygiene product sold in England, like Kotex would be here, and she has it's a naked woman filmed from the neck down, and in front of her crotch is an item, and it goes from these item, and one of them is a seashell, one of them is a cupcake, one of them is a like a piece of fruit, and these items sing. They've been cartoonized, and so they sing. And they're covering up this woman's lady bits, and they're representing a woman's lady bits, and it is disgusting. It is vulgar and in bad taste. And what is she trying to prove? I just don't know. And this is the woman that they hired to do their ad for shaving products. Now, Gillette at this point, because the ratio of likes to dislikes for this commercial is about 6-1. Plus, it's not even fair, because they were deleting negative comments and thumbs downs as soon as they were coming in when this thing first surfaced. Everybody, there's been proof of this, just right and left deleting that stuff. So it could be far worse than that. So Gillette has taken this attitude, not that they screwed up and wow, we're sorry, we didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but that's what we wanted. We wanted people to talk about it, because until we talk about this kind of thing, we're not ever going to get it fixed. Well, A, that's bullshit. You're just saying that now because you don't know how else to get out of this hole. And B, there's nothing to be fixed, okay? American men are just fine. This is the same thing as racism. Now you're going to say, huh? Well, I'll tell you, racism doesn't exist in America. It's gone. We don't have it anymore. We have people everywhere who will behave badly sometimes. Male and female, black and white. That's not racism. And we don't have toxic masculinity in America. We have men who do behave badly sometimes, and we have women who behave badly sometimes. There's just as many women beating up their kids as there are men, and possibly more. I don't know the numbers, but certainly as many. Why didn't we do a commercial about that? Instead, we have a commercial about how evil men are. So we have this. But Gillette was clever. They combined racism and sexism. See, it's very good, because all of the people doing bad things are white, and all of the people that step in to say, "Hey, dude, don't do that," are African American. And the two little boys that are wrestling on the ground are white, and the little boy off in the distance, watch the commercial again, sitting there with his legs crossed like a little poofta, is African American. He's perfect. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't wrestle on the ground. Those white boys did. Oh my gosh. And the girls, the one picture of a woman who's being supposedly mansplained. I don't know if they use that word or everybody's just labeled it that. There's a boardroom meeting and there's the man, the head guy talking, and there's one female sitting here, and he says, oh, what she meant was, and he pats her on the shoulder. And she sits there, not with a look on her face of, where you can stuff it, buddy, but all abject sad. Is this the message that she should be doing? How about the woman stands up and says, no, Charlie, that's not what I meant. And she just pushes him aside and she tells. That would have been a good message, but no. It's the woman going, oh, I'm always so abused and the man's always going to talk over me. So there's so many things wrong with this. And I feel that a lot of them are wrong because it was somebody who's not an American. I think somebody European. Who knows? I don't know. But it was a mistake. And Gillette made a huge mistake. And I think that this is going to backfire on them because I think what they wanted to do was a cutting edge, boldly going forward thing like Nike did. And they said, oh, let's just be so, PC, and we're just going to do this thing and show how sensitive we are. Except the problem is Nike stuff is 50-50 male-female. I don't think that there's any difference. And Gillette is 95% men. Women do buy razors, obviously, but not nearly to the degree that men do. And if they thought that people weren't going to be upset by this, there was the whole liberal culture thing embraced the Nike thing, partly because it was Colin Kaepernick and he's African American, and partly because the message was actually, I hate to say this, the message of the Colin Kaepernick ad was good. Okay, I think he's a greaseball. I think he's an ignorant greaseball who was the last person who should be talking about integrity when what he did was basically spit on the American flag and our American military and nationalism and patriotism. So yeah, that's the problem I had, was that it was him. It wasn't so much the message. But Gillette, they can't claim to that. And I would be willing to bet a $5 bill if that's what they thought they were doing, was the same, we're going to be cool. We're going to be one of the cool kids. Let's do this. Sorry, you look like idiots. So don't buy Procter & Gamble stuff because that's the parent company. And, continue to send your dislikes to the ad. Look, watch the whole ad. In case you've just seen pieces, watch the whole ad because if you can stomach it, it's pretty repulsive. I mean, it really is over the top. At one point, this little boy, they got this part in there about bullying. What does bullying have to do with razors? What do boys that are not old enough to shave, why are they even in this commercial? There's so many things. I don't get it. So this little boy runs it. He's being chased by bullies who are all white. The little boy's white. And he runs into his mom's arms, and she's sitting down, so she's very fat and pudding-like. And she wraps her arms around him and holds him. And then she looks off to the camera with these big sad eyes because life is so horrible for her. Also, a dumb message. Why doesn't she stand up and sock one of those boys in the face? Or tell him to get out. Everything about it was wrong. So let's hope that it totally backfires. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.